I was in a club, they see me in the pub anyway. She saw me like a beacon, brighter than a light, and she was tweaking, running through the streets want me. JWIGGS here today, and I'm gonna be reacting to top 10 anime fights in the game. Let's see what they got for us. Okay, we're off with Black Clover. This might be a little too loud, and put it down a little bit.
And it's time for a look at the year in retrospect. So for today's video, we're going to be looking at the top anime fights this year. As always, 2021 came with an assortment of fights that wowed us and dazzled us all, either through hype or just insane animation and editing techniques. I'll be counting down on what I think are the 10 best anime fights for 2021 so far. I've made several videos on this throughout the year, so let's see who's making the cut now. Dai vs. Baran is what I'd call an underrated gem, kind of like the show where it came from. It truly harkens back to the days of old with shonen battles and
people don't know how to drive,
and a lot of shouting. It does give the whole 90s feel with a lot of polish made for the modern era, and I enjoyed the fight because it really unlocks some memories of my childhood, much like the modern Dragon Ball anime too. The pacing of the battle's great.
Dragon Quest? Yo, don't spoil me. I was supposed to get back on that. I liked it.
It's a worthwhile journey with a lot of fights like this. Will the Dragon Quest anime be something that
I'm not even caught up yet. Chill.
Watch? Well, try it out and see if you like it. At least now you know that somewhere in there is a banger of a fight.
He needs to like grow up though. Like,
next, we have Toru,
but I don't think that'll ever happen.
Seriously, did anyone expect this? Out of Dragon Maid of all things, KyoAni is not exactly the studio well known for hype-inducing fights filled with intensity and special effects. Dragon Maid's an anime.
Nah, this animation looks like rent money. Damn, looks beyond rent money.
Then we get
looks
one
like
of the most
mansion money.
unexpected yet insane fights I've seen this year. I mean, really, just look at this battle.
See, the thing is about me.
Techniques and effects that will put a lot of modern anime.
The thing is about me, I don't just watch any anime. Like, it has to be something that's like, it just catches me like in the moment. If I feel like, if like recently I just got into ice cream and want to watch an ice cream anime, like, oh shoot, there's an ice cream anime, and then boom, I'm gonna watch that.
It's a shame. I also loved how the two of them went to each other with such intensity. You'd expect something like this out of some well-produced action shows and not a slice
she
of
just
life
spinning it like that. That's fire.
Being adorable.
Yo.
Just a fair warning that as cute as these dragons look, they're all virtually weapons of mass destruction. A clash between two of them.
They're both dragons.
And this fight is proof of that. We proceed with Asta and Yami versus Dante.
Dante is like such a cool name, bro. Shout out to Dante.
It's such a joy watching Black Clover's journey. In a way, it kind of reflects a shonen protagonist's growth, doesn't it? Starting off the black sheep of the bunch, but slowly and surely earning our love and admiration for the
Black
plot
Clover,
that
I
became
finished
more and
it.
more engaging. Oh, and of course, there's the fighting as well.
I've seen
cool
some
fights,
stuff on
this final
the
arc
manga.
Of the anime, we have this banger. I've always loved Yami as a character. He just oozes coolness with whatever he does, and this fight definitely showcases that. But even the most badass mentor has that plucky hero to guide. With how Yami carried the first part of the fight before Asta comes in with the finish, it just shows that great mentor-student relationship that I've come to enjoy in these shonen shows. The two have a cool dynamic, and I love seeing it all the way to the last arc. If you've put off watching Black Clover, then maybe this would be a fight to get you back into it. It's definitely worth the journey. Camilla versus Isaac makes its way to the list.
Isaac, I've never seen this. Oh, a black person,
nice. Good stuff about Castlevania, and even though looking at what we've already had this year,
Castlevania. Yo, I heard about Castlevania, but I just canceled my Netflix.
It may not be too high budget or as fluid as some of the big titans of the anime battles go, but the pacing is on point. Back in my previous video that featured this encounter, I said that I placed it high because of its rolling showing off character development. I still stand by that now, and I'd say that a good fight should also exhibit character. There are some haphazardly written fights, but you can really feel the personalities and the development shine with how the combatants battled in this one. It's understandable that people sleep on Castlevania, but it's a pretty good anime. Well, the latter is in a technical sense.
I think it's American, that's why everybody's moving funny with it. What the heck?
Oh boy, one of my favorite fights to talk about. I think that when the dust settled, 2021 will have Vivi as one of my main landmarks in the world of anime. Sure, it's not going to be the most talked about show, nor would it likely be the first thing that people think of when you say 2021 several years down the line. Still, among new anime that started airing this year, anime watchers would likely look back with nostalgic eyes towards this sci-fi hit. For me, the main attraction of the series isn't even in the fighting, which makes this fight even more amazing if you look at the context. Vivi's a show that doesn't primarily sell itself on fights, but for the animators to go all out and give us this amazing encounter is really something. There's a lot of combat insanity in Vivi, but this one just takes the cake. This is the one that got me very, very hyped and chock full of adrenaline when watching. The best part about including this entry, we'll have more insanity like this after the break. If you've been enjoying this video
it looks alright. He kind of dragged it. The visuals look nice though.
I'm encouraging you to subscribe and hit the bell button so that you can get notifications whenever I upload a new video.
The thing is, I don't just watch animes for the fight. Like, I gotta watch it, and like the story gotta like hit hard so it could be more meaningful.
At the time of this writing, Tact Op Destiny still has quite a long run to go, so why don't we look at the first episode fight? After all, first impressions
this looks crazy with the visuals.
Entering a season, I know that
My
many
boy
people
remind
didn't
me of
have high
Sasuke with that
expectations
arm.
from Tact Op Destiny. It's part of a game promotion first. Secondly, people have brushed it off as waifu bait since that's pretty much the name of the game now with mobile games, waifu gacha collecting. But this fight really blew me away, honestly. Then again, what else did I expect? It's Madhouse and Mappa, and if they want to sell a video game, they better do a damn good job with the anime adaptation. And a good job they did with this astounding display of effects, goosebump-inducing transformation sequences, and display of fireworks and sheer destruction. First impressions are very important, and let's just say that Tact Op Destiny impressed me so much in the first episode for me to have this fight as one of the best in 2021.
Hopefully the #1 anime fight is fire. I might try to make that a thumbnail.
Following that is Naruto versus Ishiki.
But that fight was sick.
The barrier mode fight, as I like to call it. It's a fight that got
I'm using this as my thumbnail. I don't care about. Probably cut it out.
Following that is Naruto.
I'm still thinking, do I even want... Okay, we could just prep it now, just in case. Bro, I wish I like knew all the jutsus, cause I fake don't know all of them. Call me a fake anime fan. Alright, if anything, I'll just make it off the video footage.
Versus Ishiki.
And this fight was sick.
The barrier mode fight, as I like to call it. It's a fight that got all the Naruto fans involved back into the thick of things, and quite a bittersweet swan song. Perfect combination for a fight which serves as Naruto's
bro,
final
that kick
blaze
was
of
a
glory.
sick
The whole
one. My
fight
guy
kept
was
me on
like...
the edge of my seat due to how impactful each attack seemed. The production for this scene is top notch, as it should be for such an important moment. Ishiki has more than proven himself in battle before, so seeing Naruto start to get the advantage on him was such a cathartic moment. Like a lot of modes in anime, barrier mode does have a drastic drawback, and it set the stage for what I feel like is one of the most
this was a
emotional scenes
callback,
in
the
Boruto.
memes.
Yes, one of the most emotional moments in Boruto involves Naruto and Kurama. It's an emotional farewell for Kurama that follows an eye-popping display of shonen powers. No wonder many people have been so excited to see this fight animated.
My boy Kurama really got clapped. That's sad. Okay, what is this? What is this? Oh, I'm blocking the name. Yikes.
Putting a fitting end to one of the best shonen franchises there is for me. It's especially hard on an emotional level. It's a whole culmination of a long journey, and Utsuro serves as the perfect final antagonist. Overall, this fight had a lot of impact on me. I won't outright put it up as one of those fights that will change how you see anime forever or anything outrageous like that. It's a damn good fight that will live on in history as a solid finale to Gintama.
Nice. Are you not, man? Okay, what is this? What we got going on here? I
I'd
can
say
see the
that MAPPA
animes
really
now.
put themselves on the map these past few years, didn't they? First taking over the production of Attack on Titan, then being the ones behind Jujutsu Kaisen's awesome battle
Attack on
scenes.
Titan
Jujutsu Kaisen has a
studio
lot
went
of
on and
noteworthy
helped
battles,
out
but this one
Jujutsu?
by far
Didn't even
is
know
my
that.
favorite. Team fights are good if you can see the chemistry and the synergy between the fighters, and with how Yuji and Todo fought together, you can really see their dynamic in full display. It's a mentor-disciple type battle, not too unlike the Yami and Asta one a while ago, but with the full benefit of MAPPA's breathtaking animation. And while Gojo didn't participate much until the closing moments,
Jujutsu. You better not spoil
was
anything.
still super amazing.
Nah,
Truly
this dude is
wowed the whole fan
dude
base
is
then,
OP.
and it is something for us to remember. No one's sleeping on Jujutsu Kaisen anytime soon, and it's easy to see why.
This dude is OP, bro. Demon Slayer. The Rengoku versus that movie, when they got off the train, that was fire. When they got off the train,
I mean, it's just the most hyped fight in the mainstream, coming into as far back as 2020 when Demon Slayer's movie got announced. And when it finally did hit theaters, it proved that the hype was worth it. That's pretty much a staple with UFO table fights. I mean, unlimited budget works and all due to reasons. Whichever method you choose to enjoy the fight, though, you'll just be amazed by how Rengoku and Akaza's techniques are put on display. I expect a lot out of the person with the title of Fire Pillar, and you do have to see him fight to truly experience what his powers are like. What makes this fight a winner is the emotional weight it carried. I know you guys would have probably gotten tired of people flooding the airwaves while hyping up Demon Slayer fights and UFO table animation, but when you look at it, this fight's more than just flashy effects and animation. The emotional aspect of this fight is also an extremely underappreciated part of it, and I think that this makes this one even better than the famed Rui fight. So, in addition to showing you some of the most amazing masterpieces the anime world has given us this year, I hope that I've introduced you to some anime that you were on the fence with picking up. There's a lot of spectacular fights to be enjoyed, and some of them might have even been in shows that you haven't even bothered with. Before I close, I'd like to encourage you to check out my other social media. I have a Patreon, and you can also try channel memberships. Also, follow my Instagram if you prefer to be notified.
Why you following the
latest
hype
news
train,
about my
bro?
channel there, as well as enjoy
Demon
some
Slayer?
anime tidbits.
I mean,
that's going to be it for today. Thanks for
I
watching.
did have the
See you
best
again.
visuals.
Stay strong and stay awesome.
I don't know how I feel about that. You really put Demon Slayer as the #1 fight. I don't know about that one, Chief. Like, let's just be honest here, like. But you know what? I'm not mad at it because, bro, that fight was crazy. This dude Tanjiro was like, "No, you ran away, you coward!" And then the sun came. The demon had to leave because if this is like vampires, the sun hits you, it's over like that. So, you know, like, comment, subscribe, and stay tuned for more. King JWIGGS out.
I was in a club. They see me in the pub anyway. She saw me like a beacon, brighter than a light.